So, what do you think about the World Wakes quest?
I thought it was a very good quest. I thought that the rewards were very rewarding, I guess. I think that the creatures you kill after them are pretty cool. I think the drops from them, as in the best gloves, are pretty cool and a good concept.
It was a really well done quest. I really enjoyed the lore, and the boss fights were definitely the most interesting in the game, and I think it blew all the other quests away in terms of cutscenes as well. They did an amazing job with that. I think it was really great overall.
I was sort of looking forward to the enhanced storyline from the Margaret point of view, so like the dragon... Actually, we didn't see any dragonkins, so that was quite disappointing, but overall the quest was brilliant. There was some nice bosses, a good puzzle, a decent length, although I think it could have been longer. The graphics and the boss fights were really good.
What do you feel about Guthix dying?
See, that kind of confused me when I did the quest, because I'd chosen the Zaros side when I did the quest, and I thought Guthix's death was a result of my choosing Zaros, and I felt like a sort of like I'd betrayed Guthix, and I was like, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah, that's a big change. I'm less interested in Guthix dying than in Slisk becoming a god, but yeah, Guthix hasn't directly played a role in all that much. I mean, he's kept the gods out of Runescape.
I think it was interesting because I really followed the storyline on that quest. I followed all of them from While Guthix Sleeps, from Ritual of Maljarat to this one, and I just really wanted to learn from a broad spectrum about the, I guess, lore from that kind of aspect in that quest line. So I really wanted to learn more about that so I could understand it a little bit more during this quest. But in general, I think it was pretty interesting that he died. I guess it happened for a reason. It was cool that he took us through all the memories that went on within his life and how he became a god and stuff. So I think that was pretty cool. But of course him dying was not very good, but it happened for a reason, so.
We didn't really see him die. We saw him lay on his bed. So he might not be dead. We might see a comeback, and it might just be a hoax, and I don't know. We'll see, but I don't know. It's kind of disappointing.
How do you think the player being a guardian of Guthix will affect the future gameplay?
I'm interested in seeing what happens with that, because there were sort of the three options, like to protect Guthix, to sort of stay in the balance, and then to like try and become a god yourself. And I'm wondering if they're going to make sort of a divergent set of quests or options in quests, so you can continue following one of those options. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to protect Guthix anymore, but to maintain the balance or to try and become the most powerful god yourself.
I think it'll be interesting because obviously with Guthix being the balance god, now that he's dead, it's gonna sort of, well, it's likely to wreak havoc with the other gods sort of wanting to lead and dominate. But I think it's going to be interesting because hopefully we'll see a lot more boss fights coming from it, like possibly another God Wars dungeon or something like that, with actual gods and not just generals.
That's pretty interesting. I was thinking about that actually because I chose the path of siding with Zaros and waking up Guthix, and I think that maybe in future quests we'll see kind of an impact because of that, but we're not really sure yet. They haven't said anything about that, so I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen. It says we have powers that'll protect us from the other gods, so if there is another quest like this quest, The World Wakes, I think that we'll have either some protection against a really big boss fight, or we'll take less damage, or we'll be able to hit higher. So there's a lot of potential for it, but we still don't know really what's to come.
What did you choose to use the power of Guthix for, and why?
I think I said that I'd try and protect the balance. And then when the Majorat asked me outside after he died, I think I said that I wanted to become a god. Or actually, I can't quite recall. I'd have to check the live stream footage. I don't know if it actually matters, but yeah, the reason why I chose it, I don't know, I sort of felt bad for Guthix when he was dying there, so said I'd help protect the balance.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I did good. I think I didn't do balanced, I didn't do bad. I know I didn't do bad, so it was either good or balanced. I believe I did good, so I'm going to use the powers for good. That's what I want to do. I want to protect the land. I want to be able to protect myself from other gods, so that's what I chose. But I chose it because I don't really like to be on the evil side of things. I'm a good and positive person, so using the good option was kind of just more of me. I would have chose balance, but I just picked what I felt was right, and I didn't really know the options at the time of good, bad, and balance, so I decided to just go with good because that's what I know, and that's what I chose. So
if it was those three, I will have chosen the good, just because it'll be... I sort of felt like I'd betrayed Guthix when he died, obviously because I didn't know that during the quest, well, until after the quest, that it wasn't my fault. But yeah, I sort of felt like I should be a little bit nicer to him.
2 new skills were said to be revealed on the World Wigs. Did you see anything being revealed?
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I'll probably go and have a look through the quest area and see if I can pick out anything, but that is really interesting. I didn't know that.
no, I haven't heard any of the things behind the skills. I don't know what the skills are going to be, and I have no idea what they could be. I don't even know what really would fit along the lines of the other skills and what would fit into the kind of curriculum of RuneScape. So I'm kind of interested myself to see what will come out, and I thought that they would have a resemblance within each other, with the gathering skill would have the materials for the other skill. So I thought that that would come together, but they said that it has no tie within each other. So
I can't really think of anything. I mean, there weren't a whole lot of different things besides the combat. I was hoping that those big cauldrons that you could drink from during or between battles to heal your prayer and stuff, I was hoping that that might become an option for Herblore. So you could make those and just drop them in like a Slayer spot and they'd last for like 10 minutes or something.
So what skills do you want to see?
Well, I think we ruled out sailing at this point.
what skills do I want to see? Probably something like a riding skill would be cool, but that would really not fit along anything. That would be more of a kind of sub-update. For a skill, it's so hard to say because we really have all the fundamental basics of RuneScape. You have mining, smithing, fishing, cooking, fire making, wood cutting.
Well, archaeology was always one that people talked about, but I don't know, that's sort of, I feel like that would sort of be like dungeoneering, or it would be close to mining or something, so I don't really know if that's going to be a new skill. I'd expect that the Kudos Island there is going to be more of a minigame thing.
A combination of like crafting and smithing where we make different kind of things to help aid us in battle, kind of like, not herblore, but something that we can, I don't know, make armor that has food stores in it or something like that. Anything that you could just combine kind of two things. I don't like the fact that dungeoneering was called a skill because it involves all the other skills. I want it to be unique, but I don't really have a concept at the moment for a skill. But I think anything that could benefit you towards battle or benefit you just as a player to do something that you're able to expand within RuneScape, that'd be pretty cool. But I'm not really sure exactly on what kind of concept I'd pick.
I would quite like to see something similar to DG, but not team-based. Like when Dungeoneering came out, I thought it was a brilliant skill. Definitely the best skill that's been released yet, in regards to actual skill involved. Because with no other skill, it actually requires you to be good at something, whereas with dungeons, there's a lot of tactics involved. Although it is teamwork, you need to work as a team to do well, and if you have a good team, you will do better than people who don't work as a team. So that I really enjoyed, but I would like to see something that's single player, but similar. Like, I think the whole dungeon raiding aspect was really interesting, and then you've got the lore alongside it with Bilrach and Zamorak, so it was really, really good, and I would quite like to see possibly necromancy and something like archaeology, because I think there could be quite a lot of things that could come from something like archaeology. You dig and find like monuments and temples, like the Guthix temple that we found recently in the World Wix quest, things like that. So I think either of those would be really good, but I guess we'll have to wait and see, really.